You know what? I'll bring that energy up to a 6.4. I'll be generous. The All In Show. I love you guys. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the All In Show. I got a great guest here. I always like bringing on new faces, people who I don't know, entrepreneurs, business owners, just people who like to have a good time. And yeah, I forgot what episode this was, but you know what? It's not about the episode. But how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good? Good? I feel like that's a typical answer. You know, people ask you how you are, and people usually just say, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I am doing good. I'm stressed out, just normal life stuff.
Yeah, that's more relatable. I'm like stretching myself thin. I'm also stressed out. But to be honest, I am blessed, super blessed, very grateful, very lucky to be able to do what I do and have a vision. I feel like a lot of people in the world do not have a vision, a dream, a goal, and they don't chase it. So I'm like super blessed to be able to pursue what I want to do.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that 100% more.
I like that. Tell the people what your name is.
Hey, I'm Lou. I don't know.
Lou.
Yeah,
I
Lou.
got Lou right here. And if you guys don't know, tell them what business you own.
I own Get Drop Detailing. It's based out in Pueblo West. Fairly new business out in Pueblo West. I've been doing the work for about 6 years now, and just got my first location out there in off industrial.
Like, you've been doing detailing, or
Mm-hmm.
you've been actually, like, kind of hustling?
No, I've been doing detailing. I used to work a full-time job, and I used to do it on the side. And then I left that, saw my opportunity to get a shop, and just go full-time with it, take it to a different level.
When did you start that?
Middle of 2020, just about.
When you officially just, like, kind of took that risk?
I started it on as a side in the middle of 2020. I took the risk roughly mid-November
And
last
then,
year.
and then, okay, mid-November last year
Yeah.
is when you saw that opportunity to get that building and actually just go official, go
Yep.
all in.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, so how long? That's like November, December, January, February, March, April, we're in May. 6 months you've been officially in business.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
How do you feel about that?
It's definitely been like a rocky start, but I feel good about it. It's given me a really good chance to experience like the shop life versus having a mobile setup, and it's doing good.
Did you ever think you would get where you're at today?
Not necessarily, yes. Like, this was always the goal. It was always the goal to go full time with it and do what I do. I didn't think it was going to happen when it happened, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was kind of just sitting there, like doom scrolling, and I came across the shop, and I was like, I want it. This is when it's going to happen. And it kind of just happened.
Do you have like a lease on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've always been curious about that part of business. So my question is, and this is a little deep, but I'm like super curious.
Mm-hmm.
How much does it cost, like, lease it or rent it?
My shop specifically?
Yeah.
Or just like...
Yeah, your shop specifically.
Roughly, with lease, your overhead, all your bills, business insurance, everything in between, you're roughly over 2,000.
That's not bad. I thought it'd be a little more, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But also, I started off with kind of like a smaller shop, just kind of, the starter shop, really, for me.
Yeah.
Um, do what I can to keep the cost down lower. I mean, like every business owner would. But other than that, it's pretty manageable.
Okay. That's good insight. To be honest, I was picturing like probably realistically 3 grand.
Yeah,
Like
I,
3,500.
yeah. That's what I thought everything would be, and then when I started breaking it down, when you're running what you need versus all your wants, that's where I broke everything down of what I do out of there for overhead.
Got to be serious about it. Got to
Mm-hmm.
manage it well, be strategic. That makes sense. Stuff I wouldn't really like. I'm not too knowledgeable on it, so I don't understand it. But it's good to hear that insight of like, okay, you got to figure out what your needs are instead of what your wants.
Yeah.
If you're just doing it as a hustle on the side, you can afford what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you actually like get official, then stuff starts to actually get a little more serious. You got to take a little more responsibility and actually dial in on the numbers.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Did you grow up here in Pueblo? Where
I
are you
did.
from?
Here in Pueblo.
What part of town did you grow up on?
South side area. Yeah, over there in El Camino.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Dang. I picture you growing up in, since you say that, in like a very loving, caring household.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. Hit it on the dot.
Because everybody, like, when you think of El Camino, I would love to live in El Camino, to be honest with you. It's not how life turned out for me. But you know what? It's okay. We're making the best of what we got. How was it? Like, did you play any sports?
Growing up, I did motocross for about 5 years, 5-10 years. Did baseball, football, wrestling. Kind of a little bit of your normal sports.
Okay.
Did all that up until sophomore year of high school.
And then, did you stop?
I stopped.
Did you quit?
Yeah. I didn't get as much joy out of it. Like when I got older,
Yeah.
I was worried about chasing the dollar. I got my first job when I was like 15. So between school, sports, work, I would have rather went to work.
What was your first job?
I was a dishwasher at Graham's Grill right there on the south side. Like a year after it opened.
Full-time or part-time?
Part-time. Yeah. Anytime I got off after school, I think I worked like 3 or 4 days a week. And it's been off ever since.
Yeah. Why was your focus switch from, like, extracurricular activities to making money? Was it something like you just kind of always wanted to do? Or, like, was there, like, a certain moment in your life that you just, were like, I want to start making money?
I wanted to start making money, but I knew deep down that I was never going to go anywhere, like with sports. And I don't mean that like I never believed in myself. It just wasn't my thing. And then my dad, my uncle, I've been working since like a young age. Whether that's doing just simple yard work, this, that, or the other. I've always had the drive to want to make the money and just work for it more than I got out of like sports and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. So when you were making money, were you like, did you think about like, oh, I need to save this? Or were you like a spender?
A little bit of both. My dad would take half of our checks,
Smart dad.
put it away, and then the rest was for whatever we wanted and all that. So he taught us how to manage the money without blowing it. Because, when you're in high school, dude, you just want to blow it. But, pretty simple.
Yeah. What does your dad do?
He owns a landscape company here in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to shout him out?
Yeah, Rock and Roll Landscaping, located out of here on the south side.
Like rock and roll.
Yeah,
Dang, that's kind of catchy.
it is.
And that's like a cool name, to be honest with you. What did he grow up in, like the 80s, 70s? What era was he?
Mid 70s.
Mid
Well,
70s?
he was born in mid 70s.
Okay.
So he grew up in the 80s,
Yeah, like the
kind of
80s.
around then.
Okay. So yeah, rock and roll was like huge for
Yeah.
them. Same with like my parents. They grew up with like Cyndi Lauper, Metallica.
Yeah.
They love that rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
So that's cool. Like a landscaping company has to like play on words with the culture they grew up in. And yeah, I think that's like genius.
Yeah, it rolls off pretty well. You'll catch yourselves talking about rocking and rolling, talk to the customer and all that. And you're like, oh yeah, we'll just get rocking and rolling.
Dang.
Kind of just rolls.
Yeah,
Makes its own
slogan.
little slogan.
Yeah.
But
That's what's up. This is your first. How you feeling? You
it
feeling
is.
like? Are you camera shy?
I am a little bit.
Okay.
I'm kind of drawing some blanks here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could tell.
I can. I gotta just like roll with the energy. So it's like, I'm getting that vibe, but it's always a fun time. And
Yeah.
I feel like being on camera, at first is nerve wracking, but then like even the second and third time, but after like you get used to it and you get comfortable, I think it's fun. Not a lot of people feel the same way.
I think it's fun when you say break the ice and all that stuff, because when I was doing the digital media and all that stuff, once I loosened up around them, it was fine.
Yeah.
But like I'll get nervous and then I'll like sit here,
Yeah.
come up with ideas, and then I'll just draw a blank and I'll just stop talking
Yeah.
because I don't know what else to say.
I think when it comes to like people doing media for you, they obviously, if they're good, they have a script. It's not going to be on the first take. You're going to make mistakes. That's what breaks the ice and gets you comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you're just
for
making
sure.
mistakes. I think it's all a part of like having fun too. You got to have fun with it. And then once like you get that natural good take, it's like boom, magic.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll get there.
Yeah, I mean it
I
doesn't
should.
happen on the first go, but yeah, I'm glad you're here, man. I definitely want to get into a lot more. So you started officially with a business workspace in November. And you've been detailing for 7 years?
Going on 6.
Going on 6. Why did you get into detailing? What is like your calling for it?
I've always been into cars. I know that's kind of cliche. I guess anybody in there obviously got to have a like for cars to be in the industry. But I always liked having a clean car. Always. And then I just got to like, get my own little stuff here and there. Growing up, then I'd start cleaning everybody's. Doing everything like that. And then I kind of had like a little niche for it. And I rolled with it. And it's been successful so far.
Yeah.
So I think that's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want.
When you started out compared to now, like how did your prices change?
They changed a lot. When I started out, I was doing the stuff for pennies, dude. Like, I just didn't know. Back then, I didn't know how to price it because I did it as a hobby for me, like my mom, my dad, like all the family's cars. So when they were like, oh, like how much do you charge? No idea. And then I just started breaking it down on like chemicals and time. I put, a price on my time. And then that's just kind of how I judge it.
That makes sense.
Because, theoretically, everybody knows this. Anybody that tries to start detailing knows that there isn't too much overhead. But you have overhead. A lot of it's elbow grease, time, repetition. It's stuff like that is what gets your prices to where they're got to be at.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're using cheaper chemicals, they're not going to do what you need them to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be there longer.
Yeah. That makes sense. You got to
But,
factor in like your own products
hmm
within your time. You know, like how much is someone going to pay for your time? How
Yeah.
much should you charge for your time?
Yeah.
It's definitely a big factor in running any kind of business.
Oh, for sure. Because, well, it's not like anything. It's not like when you're on the retail side, they know what they're getting, this, that, or the other. I mean, you gotta. It's all you. You can spray the cleaners on it, but it ain't gonna do nothing unless you put the time into it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying. I'm tracking. Do you get like a sense of like satisfaction, pride when you go from like dirty to clean?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. There's something about it. Like, I get a little bit of like accomplishment, and that sounds weird, but like, to see the before and afters
Mm-hmm.
is where part I love the most.
Yeah. You ever had like a super dirty car?
Yeah.
Like dog hair? I mean, like grime
Uh,
everywhere.
Yeah, I actually did a car not too long ago. There was about 2 inches of hair in the cup holder.
That's
In
gross.
a cup holder. That car took black carpet. You couldn't see through it. It took about 12 hours.
Just for the carpet?
The interior.
The interior, 12 hours?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Doesn't it usually take like 2 to 3 hours?
Give or take. You know, on your average cleaning, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I've like briefly seen, I mean, when I think of like detailing, I just think of like you're just cleaning a car. But I've like known a few detailers now that offer different services. One I saw that you offer is like way different and I didn't expect it. I'll ask that in a minute, but it's like now you have like ceramic coating, or you have like, that's really the only one I can think of, like ceramic coating, like paint correction,
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff when it comes to like making a car nice and shiny. So with that being said, and I also mentioned like you have a service that's like way different than what I picture like a detailing company would have, is don't you rent like U-Haul trailers?
I do. Kind of the idea behind that was just to have another source of income, have a passive income doing it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was new to business and, you know, getting the shop and everything, I was like, well, why not? You know,
Yeah.
I already took this chance, take another chance.
Yeah.
What's the worst that's going to happen? It fails. Tell them to go get their stuff and they take it off.
That's a good way to look at it.
But at the same time, it was a sense of security for the company, not for me.
Oh, okay.
Is because it was helping build the foundation for the company, for the brand. Because you get new people in town
Yeah.
every day when they come drop that thing off. I'm the first person they see. I'm the first business from an out-of-stater. They also built me like a website and everything for it.
Is it working out the way you thought it would?
Oh yeah. And I'm kind of glad it did, because I went into it and I was just kind of like, let's just see where this goes. And now it's just busy.
Was that something you started like a little after you got the shop, or was that like right away?
No, I started the process kind of right when I got it. I did November, December, January. I started the process in January.
Okay.
Process kind of took forever to get the actual trucks there,
Yeah.
but they were there mid-February, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Do you have to go through U-Haul? Do you have to like pay rent to the trucks? Like basically like they're leasing it out to you?
No, the only thing that you really got to do with them is keep them clean. Keep them clean and make sure they're not going to blow a tire on somebody going down the road.
Easy enough.
Because, I mean, you still got to put a little bit of work into them, you know, like make sure there's coolant in it and windshield fluid, all that stuff. But they do a really good job of supplying that for you.
Oh, okay.
So your overhead on something like that is very, very little.
Mm. So do you rent them out,
Mm-hmm.
or do you rent the trucks and then rent the trucks out? Is what I was asking.
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you have to like buy the trucks? No. How does something like that work?
So you go in, they check how long you've been in business, kind of if you're trustworthy or not, and then put your application in to be a dealer. They will go through a whole process of getting approved for this, that, the other, your location, your licensing behind everything. Gotta have insurance because they're not going to supply you with over $100,000 of inventory to
operate the trucks, basically. Yeah.
So it's definitely a lengthy process, but other than that, it's pretty easy.
And then they just send you the trucks. Damn. Okay, I didn't think it was like that simple. That's new. It's something new.
It's time consuming. I think the whole process took about a month and a half. Because, I mean, you got to go through like little training classes for like the computer for the whole rental process.
Yeah.
For that, they come set up your banners, your advertising. They make you a website for U-Haul saying that your company's a dealer and all that stuff. So it's time consuming, but I mean, I tell that to everybody. If you have the room and the space for it, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because the worst that's going to happen is you don't get busy with them. Or just call your guy up and I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. They'll come get it.
Okay. Damn. I like that. That's new. I like that. Honestly, like, because when I saw that, I was a little thrown off. Having like a detailing business, but also at the same time you're renting out U-Hauls. But now that like you're explaining it and you're kind of giving some detail about it, the thought process makes sense behind it. So,
because I had a bunch of I'm a corner lot at the property, and I had a bunch of dead space out in the front, and I was just like, well, fill it. If I have it, fill it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah. So what kind of other services do you guys do besides like detailing?
Me personally, I like to keep it simple. We do interiors, of course, exterior cleanings, paint correction, and ceramic coating. I don't do dents, tint, nothing like that. Keep it simple and roll with it. Now, what I offer on the retail side of everything is like rough country. So like minor accessories to trucks. More like your floor mats, bed covers, liners, stuff like that. Something that'll help protect your vehicle in the long run. Down the road.
Specifically for trucks?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rough country is specifically for trucks.
Okay.
But I also got set up to be a distributor for WeatherTech and all that stuff, so I can get all their accessories for home and auto.
Okay.
So someone gets a brand new car and they want, a nice set of WeatherTechs. Well, you can come here and
one-stop shop for those.
For that, and that's kind of the side I want to be more on.
Is like a distribution for that kind of stuff?
More of a dealer.
Okay.
Like people know that, like, oh, he does that. He can help protect the car in the long run.
Yeah.
Carpets, seat covers, stuff like that.
Okay.
Also, like at home, you want pads for your garage wall so you don't ding your doors getting out? I got it.
Yeah.
So we keep the cleaning and everything very simple and to the point, but longevity of your vehicle is what we can be concerned about if that's what they're looking for, is protection.
Yeah. Was there ever a point starting out where you were like doubting yourself a little bit?
Not really. I mean, there's always that thought behind of you're like, what if? There's always the what if this don't work out. Well, can't change that, and you can't really foresee it coming if it is going to fail. But I don't really see myself failing. or doubting anything here in the future. You know, of course, in business, especially new to having a storefront, you're going to have, you know, tweaks in the little stuff, but I'm working some of those tweaks out and it's still rolling.
Have you always had that thought process?
Yeah, that was kind of drilled into my head. My dad and my uncle, they're very determined. They say they're gonna do it. It's gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
So it's like
and even if it failed, you'll go at it again.
Yeah, I think of it in terms of obsession and just this strong belief and faith that it'll work out. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I don't see myself quitting on it or getting bummed out over failure.
And people knock themselves for failure all the time.
All the time.
And I'm not really one for that. Yeah, like failure sucks. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Who in their right mind wants to fail? Where do you learn everything? Where do you know, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Failing, everybody needs to fail.
You got to seek it.
Yeah. Like, growth is in the failure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fail 10 times over again. But I know that much more.
Mm-hmm. Those are big facts. And I think I feel the same way. I don't like failure, but at the same time, I want to fail.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's why a lot of people don't take the chance and try and, you know, not everybody could be a business owner, this, that, or the other. I mean, which people can be. But people are afraid to fail to do it.
Yeah, I think people just get stuck in their head too much.
Mm-hmm. Because I know a lot of people where it's like, if you apply yourself, you'll do it.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. Do it.
That goes for so many people out there. I think if more of the world believed in themselves and took that risk and pursued their dreams, their vision, whatever it is, I don't know how the world would be, but I think people would be more content with where they're at in life.
Oh, 100%.
Instead of just being 80 years old and thinking like, what if? Or even being like 25. I've met so many people my age that are like, man, I want to do this. I want to do this. Instead of like, I'm doing this. Man, I did this and this happened. Or, you know, I just did this last week. Instead of like actually telling stories about where their actions took them. Instead, they talk about, man, I want to do this, but I'm just like stuck where I'm at and I'm too scared, basically, is what they're saying without saying it. And no hate to them, you know?
Yeah.
We're human. It happens. I felt the same way at one point in my life. But if I can encourage people to just take that risk, no matter what it is, you only get one life in this world. In this time, take a risk. Take that risk.
100%.
So I always like meeting people who think alike because it helps you level up. But at the same time, I do like having conversations with people who don't believe in themselves because I'm like, just do it. Just do it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, it's all mental. It's all a mental game.
Yeah. No, for sure. You know, people are their own worst enemy.
I know.
Like, to a T.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you like to surround yourself with people who think alike? Or do you have friends who, you know, have a dream but aren't pursuing it, but you guys are, you know, great friends? Like, what kind of people do you, at this point in your life, what kind of people do you like to surround yourself with?
You know, honestly, I don't necessarily like try and put myself around a specific group of people. I got friends that do want to do stuff, but they won't. And that's fine, you know, that's their decision. But I've been surrounding myself with kind of just like more people around the same mindset, other business owners. I've talked to quite a few over the course of the 6 months. And the more you surround yourself with your own thought process, I guess, you could watch yourself grow. Because you're around people that have the same end goal.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not in the same industry, the same end goal is there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, and I've talked to a lot of people, everybody's always thinking about money. Money, money, money. The end goal of everything, for me anyway, is to build something that shows my efforts. You know, it'll reflect me in the long run. If I started this company November 25 and it lasts all the way till I kick the bucket, I built something that lasted that long. It ain't a money thing. Money ain't got nothing to do with any of it. And that's the way a lot of these people that I'm surrounded by kind of think. They do it because they like it and because they want to. And that's the goals that they have for themselves. Anybody could go make money. You know, you can go work yourself up at a boss to be at a corporate company for this, that, and the other. Yeah, you'll have money. What'd you build?
It's interesting you bring that up because I can relate to that. Who doesn't want to have money? I'd be lying to myself if I said I wasn't pursuing one of my goals with aggression for the purpose of having money. On the other side, I've talked with people who are in the same niche and they have a different thought process behind it. Money's coming to them, but they aren't doing it for the money. And I respect it. I like it. It helps me kind of like rearrange my thought process a little bit. But that is spot on, because if you solely do it for the money, how far are you going to get? You got to have a bigger why, bigger purpose behind it. Being young, it's hard because you want the money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be financially unstable the rest of my life. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be a millionaire. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to have the money to be able to go to Belize, France, travel the world freely, and just live life to the full extent because I have the money to do so. But I also think it'll come through time.
Oh, yeah.
Time and effort.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, your efforts, you know, reflect that. You know, you're not going to get rich overnight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tough battle for sure. Sometimes I get these like blank thoughts too. Like I have a question and then we get into conversation and then I'm like, damn, what's the question I was thinking of? And there it goes, popping into my head again. I followed you for a little bit. We recently became Facebook official friends. So I've been like seeing kind of like your personal life a little bit. Are you a family man? Do you have a family?
Like kids of my own.
Kids, wife.
I'm getting married in August, so I my fiance, no kids. I have a dog.
Congrats on the marriage.
Thank you.
Like when you're, I guess I shouldn't say when you have this vision and these goals, how is your significant other within the relationship with this kind of like work ethic you have?
She's down with it.
Does she think alike as well, or is she like completely the opposite of you?
She thinks alike. Yeah. Pretty much almost the same on it. When I say almost, I mean off by a smidge. But other than that, she's full-blown supportive with everything. that goes on with it.
That's what's up. How does that
Yeah.
make you feel as someone who's like, I believe this to the full extent, but sometimes we have our moments when we're like, I'm down in the dumps right now.
Sorry, ask that again.
Like, how does she, what was I going with? Someone who's like I use obsessed because I feel like you got to be obsessed, but someone who has these goals and has a vision for themselves, and you're like married or you have a significant other, like when you're down in the dumps, she's like right there by your side, like,
Oh yeah.
hey, you got to get back up on the saddle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if there's one person that I could lean on, it's her, you know. And I'm not just saying that because we're getting married or anything like that. It was even before that. It didn't matter what was going on or kind of failure you face, this, that, or the other. That is a shoulder I can lean on no matter what.
That's
For any
what's up.
situation.
That's important.
Yeah.
Is that did she have to? I guess did it take some time to find the right woman, or was it
No,
like when you first met her, you knew kind of thing?
So we were actually friends before we worked together at Graham's.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we just started hanging out, and then eventually we got together.
Yeah,
And we ain't been apart since.
turned into something magical.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I don't regret any step of the way
That's what's up.
for it.
I definitely have that dream in the future. I want someone who's like super supportive, but also like when I feel like the world's crumbling down because life just gets to you,
Mm-hmm.
she's also like, get back up. You got this. You know where your mindset is. Lock
Mhm.
in. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, damn. I need that.
Yeah, me and her, we both have, well, it's not our saying. I heard it on a Facebook reel. Dia, actually. He was like, oh, it's all right to be sad for a minute. At some point, you got to get back up.
I heard that
Mm-hmm.
same one.
And it can't be more true. Like, yeah, be sad. And, you know, that's kind of how she tells me stuff. It's like, yeah, be sad.
Mm-hmm.
This, that, or the other. But, like, you go.
Yeah.
You can be sad forever. You can't be sad forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's kind of how we both are.
Nice, dude.
Both are on it.
What was like the biggest struggle or challenge you faced when you first started like the storefront?
Biggest struggle. I'm really not too sure. The biggest.
Was it like the
No.
storefront itself, or was it like something else, or like I feel like a lot of, because this one business owner told me he was like the storefront was a challenge building.
It definitely is because you got to establish yourself as a location. People don't. I would say establishing is one of the biggest struggles. Because yeah, people call, people do this, people do that. You got to get people to want to come there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and when you first start off, nobody comes, so that's when you start, rethinking this, that, or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to work? That's where the doubt comes in. That's what I struggled more with over anything was my own thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know I'm here. People don't know I exist. This, that, or the other.
Makes sense. Yeah.
The marketing, all that stuff, that really wasn't. That plays its own course. Time. You can't speed time, can't slow time. It's kind of all it's at its own speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say, like, oh, it took a while to get up off your feet or this, that. It's a given in business. If everybody was 100% busy all the time, there would never be no struggle. But establishing, getting it out there, letting people know you exist.
Do you think you find yourself grinding all day, every day, 7 days a week, or do you have that balance?
I'm in the works of trying to find that balance because, everything for U-Haul goes straight to my phone. So even on the weekends, people will call, this, that. I won't have a choice but to work. But other than that, there's pretty good balance. Once I leave for the day, I'm done.
What does your schedule normally look like? Are you in there like super early?
I'm usually
like some people, maybe they have a car that needs to be done or like ceramic coated, and it's going to take some hours and they don't finish it that day, so they come in like early the next morning. Is that something like you find yourself doing sometimes?
yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely stay late. Like, I've had nights where I'm at the shop till 1, 2 in the morning just to finish it.
Yeah. Are you like tired, or
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, damn, I gotta get this done?
Oh, yeah. Of course I'm tired, all that stuff, but yeah, you're like, just got to get it done. That's how it is, and if you got to put in the long hours, then kind of is what it is. I don't mind it. I really don't, because I go home and I get bored. So might as well just stay and finish it.
Yeah.
I've stayed and finished cars. I've had customers drop off cars the day before their scheduling. I just stayed and did them, because why not? I'm here. I ain't got nothing to do. Might as well just do it.
Yeah.
But like, I usually get to the shop about hour before.
Why is it you decided to stay in Pueblo out of everywhere you could have gone?
To like live?
To
Or-
live or like operate and own a business?
I've never lived anywhere outside of Pueblo. And I never really seen a want or a need to go somewhere else and do it. Like, I have everything I need here. So I just figured there ain't nothing wrong with it.
Would you? Would you consider it?
Oh, at the drop of a hat.
Where would you go?
If I had to, I'd want to go to, South Texas, Arizona, maybe.
Is that a hot market over there?
Yes and no. It's just kind of like here. Everybody does. There's 100 people that do everything. And it's like that down there, because I've researched it down there. We wanted to move to Texas like 3 years ago. I started looking and doing this and that, and there's just different types of it down there. You got salt water, you got this, that, the other. Same demand for everything. Just busier,
Yeah.
nicer stuff.
Did you ever like research competitors in Pueblo?
I did, and I knew of a few of them. When I did do it, and I thought I was in the clear.
What's been? Because there's like, I don't know how many detail shops are in Pueblo. Do you know?
I can't put a number on the actual shops, but I know.
Over like 5, maybe even 10.
The 4 main ones I do know. And those are the ones that, like really stand out. That are the busiest, they've been around the longest. So it's stuff like that, when people ask me all the time, they're like, well, why would you open a shop in such a saturated market? If you do quality work and you actually provide a good service, everybody else will fall off. If there is 100 mobile detailers, well, how many new ones do you get a year? The ones that aren't going to stick with it are going to fall off. They're all going to wean themselves out over time. And it's not a plan. It's not knocking another company, never nothing. But it's all going to filter it out. The quality and everything will establish you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, there are a lot of good shops here in town. There is. And, but once you start, competing with them for friendly competition and all that stuff, you know what you're up against, you know what you're working with. You should be good. But of course, your work has to, reflect.
Yeah. That makes sense. I've seen a lot of people like start in Pueblo West just because it's expanding, there's so much office space to take advantage of. If there's like a location in town, would you take advantage of that opportunity?
Oh yeah, 100%. But at the same time, there's other things with it. I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about it, but it is harder working in town. I'll tell you that. Which that sounds kind of dumb, but being in the city, licensing and everything is a lot more tough. It's Pueblo West. You get your zoning and all that stuff. Well, it's not city limits.
So what goes into like getting a building in either or? You just said like zoning, and then you got to pay like, did you say you got to pay like city limit tax? What was that other part?
You just got to get licensing for your business. Like you be in sales, sales tax license. You need zoning. The fire department's got to come out. They got to look over the building, make sure you got this, that, and the other. Cabinets, fire extinguishers. Little that stuff. It's really not that much of a pain. It just slows the process down a little bit.
Wouldn't that be the same like if you were to do it in Pueblo West too though? You got to get the fire department out there, all these, you got to check X, Y, and Z basically. Okay.
But really all you got to do is pay attention to your zoning. But that's what's hard about getting locations too, is not everywhere is zoned for certain stuff. So if I were to look for a shop here on the south side, yeah, there could be 100 buildings for rent. Well, say you need A1 zoning. Well, there's only 4 buildings with that out of the 100, or whatever, whatever the numbers are.
Yeah.
So then you just get everything gets real small, real quick.
What's the process like when you're a startup starting your own official business with a storefront? Like licensing.
You have to get licensed and approved for where you're at before you could pull the trigger on getting a location.
So is that including a business license? Is that included with it?
Yeah.
So you got to get like the LLC or whatever business you decide to go with established. Is there...
Because like there was a shop I was looking at on Prairie not too long ago. He wanted everything because he wanted to make sure everything was legitimate. He wasn't just gonna like, oh yeah, here's your rent, and then he'll be like, all right, well, here's your key. It needs to be 100% across the board.
What's all included with that? So you have your LLC. What else is included in that package?
Business insurance, LLC, your zoning, sales tax, like just all that stuff in order to do business.
Okay, I see. So
and then it also like varies. There's parts on it for light retail, and then there's full retail. It just depends what your company's doing.
Yeah.
What you're doing within your company.
Did you have to bring in like an income statement at all to show them like, yeah, I'm profitable, I'm making some money, I'm legit?
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay. I know a few.
I did it anyway.
Like there's some, I guess like, do you call them retail shops, or is it just going to be like a little shop? Is that what it's called? Like a little retail shop?
Who?
Just like whatever office space or whatever space you're gonna go out into. I would say just like the building owner themselves, or like the real estate agent, whoever owns that building. Some of them require some businesses to bring in an income statement. Like you were saying, that one on Prairie, they want to make sure it's legit. This is going to work out. I'm going to be making some money. I don't have to worry about this person leaving in like 3 months, basically. So I know there's like some places out there that are like super strict about that.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I get it.
But yeah, I mean, they got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to the point where like I had to show them that. I just kind of went and looked at the shop.
So that's just like some basic stuff you got to have right there, is like your insurance, your LOC, all these stuff, and then boom, pretty straightforward. How long was the process for that?
It was about a week. If
No
that.
shit.
Yeah. It moved quick for me. And I don't know if I just got lucky, this, that, or the other, but for the shop I have, I literally messaged them about it, said I liked it, exchanged all of our information and all that stuff, and I was in it within a week.
Okay.
Business insurance, all that stuff, like, quick. Longest part was getting the gas and power turned on. Yeah, that one chapped me real bad, dude.
Okay.
Shit, I didn't have heat in there in the middle of November. I didn't have heat in there for like 2.5 weeks.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Just had to buy like some space heaters.
I just went and yeah, pretty much.
Or bundled up really good.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I just ran like one of those little diesel heaters
Yeah.
for like a couple minutes at a time,
Yeah.
and then, but other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Okay. So when you start an LLC, I should go into before we jump into that. You know, there's like LLC, there's sole proprietorship, and then there's another one I can't think of it. Why did you decide like LLC out of like all the other options?
It just what worked best for the company, what I planned to do with it,
Mm-hmm.
and all that. It. I mean, that's,
Pretty much it.
yeah.
Did you have to go through the state of Colorado? What did that process look like?
You go through the Secretary of State, and that's fairly easy. Takes 20 minutes.
You just go to their website.
Mm-hmm.
They have a subsection or a section specifically for that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like a fill out form.
Yeah, you put all your information in, your date of birth. I think I put my social in there. Yeah. And you run your business name through the Secretary of State. If it's not taken, you're in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
Then they send you over the confirmation
Mm-hmm.
and your licensing and everything
Yeah.
for the state.
So state, is there another process for it? Like city or...
No,
like...
the city is all the licenses and stuff that you have to get.
Okay.
And then just the state one's definitely the easiest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Were you like... Was there different names you thought out? Because you got to put your name into this database, and they got to make sure there's no other businesses taken. And I'm sure there's like thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of other names that are in there that you put in, and it's like, oh man, this is like my first pick. Now I got to think of something else. Was there like a list of names like you went through, or was that just like the first name? You're like,
I think I had like one other one, and I wasn't even very fond of it. But I put when I did Rocky Mountain Detail is when it took it accepted it, and then it wasn't trademarked or anything. So I knew I was in the clear,
Mm-hmm.
and I rolled with it.
Does it tell you if it's trademarked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't let you take it or anything like that.
Interesting. Okay. What was the process like switching the name? Was it pretty easy itself?
It was a little more intensive. Still pretty easy, but it was a little more intensive. You just have to show that you're the same company, just doing business as a DBA, you know, as the other. And then on paper and everything, you know, I'm still Rocky Mountain Detail.
Oh, okay.
I'm just doing business as Get Dropped.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because that's how they do it. So I'm legal to be able to present myself to the public of Get Dropped, and nobody else can have that.
Okay.
So that's how they do it.
I see.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
That one came from, you know, in that time period, I started thinking about everything else of how I live my daily life. You know, all my trucks are dropped. I drive single cabs. And I just said it one day, and it kind of stuck. You know, I started talking to some of the people that I used to work with and all this and that, and they were like, you know, talking about Get Dropped or Got Dropped, and it just kind of started like rolling off the tongue. And then that's when I was like, that's it. You know, my logo and everything now, that's the truck I have in my garage. It's the same exact thing. That dog in the back, that's my dog.
It's your dog.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So I live the brand, and I actually have the stuff that I, you know, that I brand.
Yeah. It's different when something like that resonates with you.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it a little more authentic.
It's personal. It's mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there ain't nothing about it. And, you know, I was actually taking pictures the other day because my dog jumped in the back of the truck. And she was standing on the bed. Just naturally. And that's who I am.
Yeah, just that's what's up. That's interesting.
And it, you know, nobody ever likes changing their name, rebranding, or anything like that. But, I mean, it is what it is. We, like I said earlier, we can be sad forever. Get up, wipe your hands clean. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, rebranding is not fun, especially when you thought like this first name was like awesome, and then you go back and you're like, oh man. It can be a number of factors. For me, it was just like, that's not resonating with me anymore.
Yeah. And the way I had it set up and everything is a little, I liked the name, I liked the colors, I liked the layout of everything. But the name Rocky Mountain was a little generic for me. And I didn't, and you know, it was just like that for me. You know? Everybody starts off with it like that. You know?
And there's a lot of people who use like Rocky Mountain.
Yeah. And I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, I chose it. You know what I mean? I rolled with it. But I'm not happy about the situation and everything that it went through. But I'm also happy it happened because it allowed me to personalize the company to a point where it's me. It's mine.
Yeah. Instead of like thinking negatively about it, you kind of switch your thinking on it.
Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, well, why didn't you do that in the first place? And it's just like, well, unfortunately, you know, that wasn't a thought in my mind. Because I would have. Or would have, you know? What if I did think of it back then? Well, you ain't going to get anywhere on what ifs.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's changed and...
Did you know, like, that company was in business when you started yours?
I did not.
No?
I genuinely did not know that. So when I got text about it, I was like, dude, I don't even know you exist. It's not even being disrespectful. And, like, I think he took it as, like, a little bit of an insult because, like, you know, when you are in business that long, like, yes, a lot of people do hear of you. But, like, I told him, I was like, bro, I genuinely did not know you existed at all. And, you know, I can see why you got mad, this and that, and understanding it. Because I talked to a lot of people. People are like, oh, you know, tell them to pound sand. I did for a while. And then it just kept going and going and going. And I was just like, you know, I'm not going to deal with it forever.
Yeah.
It's not about rolling over for people. It's just about learning what's worth the fight. You know what I mean? Because I could have kept the name. But, you know, why have an enemy? Nobody needs that. Nobody wants that.
That's true.
I didn't jump in a business to make enemies. At all. So, you know, I definitely wish stuff went a little bit different. But, I mean, it didn't.
Yeah. And I think it comes down to, like, as a business owner, let's say you have similar names. You don't want to make, like, a customer confused.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be able to, I guess, to put a word on it, be, like, professional about it. Like, this is this company, this is me. I know you're getting confused over this and this. Because I can understand that. You know, I'm in the field of people, you know. So I can get it to where, you know, it comes down to, or it could come down to, or I mean, ethically, like, I don't want to make this person confused, you know, like, you're dropping off your car here, but you're supposed to actually be doing business with this place. I can see your confusion. I can see how it creates frustration. I don't want that, you know, to impact our services, their services, or even like the services that are being provided for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of factors in it. You
But
know,
see, even going through, the whole confusion and all that stuff, I never had a customer come over and get mixed up.
oh,
I never had the confusion.
no phone calls or
No.
anything? Dang.
When people would call and schedule, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, what's your address?" And I'm just like, 275 East Industrial.
Mm-hmm.
Big old blue sign. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never got calls, about their company to mine or anything like that. I never had a mix up.
Yeah.
And that's being 100% honest.
Uh-huh. Would you say that's been like a big challenge you had to face, like starting off the business?
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a curveball through everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it was what it was.
Yeah. I mean, as a business owner, you got to kind of roll with the punches.
And I did. I wrote it down. I took a good learning experience from it.
Yeah.
There was something I could have did better on in the building process. I'm never denying that.
Mhm.
I could take accountability for, some things, for sure. I have no problem doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I learned from that one.
No, if someone was to be like in Pueblo, man, I'm gonna start like a media company too, and I'm gonna be called like the All In Show or something like that's also similar to mine.
All in one.
Yeah,
Like just
something. I'd be like, dang, they're stealing my thunder a little bit. Like, wow. So I can understand where that creates some issues. I would, I don't know how I would feel about that just because it's never happened. There's been people who, I mean, they have the same name, but they're like in a different state, maybe different country. I don't know.
yeah.
For all they know, I'm taking their name. To be fair, I didn't know this name. I should have did some more research behind it, but I thought of the name. And I was like, that sounds cool. And I had like a list of names. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what would really resonate
Mm-hmm.
with what I'm trying to accomplish? I was like, well, I don't want to go like half in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like just dip my toes in. I want to go all in. So that's where I decided to just commit and do it, get the logo made, get everything changed, and then some other people, I wouldn't say too many people, but there's just one specific person. He's like, well, these are some things, because he's been in business and he was trying to spit some game to me. These are some things you got to think about. Competitors on the bigger scale when it comes to media. It's a little different when it comes to like a brick and mortar business. When you're doing media, anybody anywhere could have the name. It can be trademarked. I don't know. So he was just trying to spit some game to me. And then he showed me. He was like, look, I just look up the All In Show. This name popped up. They got over 1 million subscribers. And you're over here in Pueblo. You have 1,600 subs. Like, it's something you got to think about. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I haven't gotten that far in my whole journey yet. I like to think I'll face that challenge when it comes.
Yeah.
But I haven't had any issues. Nobody's emailed me. Nobody's like, I would probably say that's the big thing. They got to email you.
Yeah.
But it's like similar because I originally had a name and then I just changed the name on all platforms. But I had a Gmail account with that name already.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't change your Gmail account when it's linked to everything else.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I can either start fresh, clean slate, or keep posting on the same account. So I just kept on posting on the same account. So, I'll cross that bridge when it comes, but definitely relatable and on the grander scheme of things. It's interesting you kind of break down your thought process, how you felt about it, what actions you took, and just kind of how you view it. You can't cry over spilled milk.
No. There ain't nothing you can do at that point. I mean, you could. Like I said, what would happen if I left it? I just have ongoing problems with this, that, and the other. It's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'm very quiet. You know, anytime there's drama, this, that, or the other, like nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to do that. I took it, evaluated it, and made a decision.
Yeah. That's all you can do as
Yeah,
a business
I
owner.
mean, take your licks, and if you're wrong, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, accountability is a big thing.
It is. In business, it's big. In life in general, it's big.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't just like talking about strictly business. This is a good learning lesson for life
Yeah.
in general. You know, so you can think of it as obviously it's going to be a big business learning curve,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time it does reflect into like real life situations that will occur within your own personal life. So I feel like there's a lot that goes into business that really can make or break you, you know,
Oh,
and
for
it
sure.
teaches you a lot about who you are, how much you can withstand, what kind of problems you can face. Do you think from start to finish and then adding on the storefront and actually officially going live with a storefront, it has taught you a lot of good traits you can apply within your own life?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
think
for
the
sure.
biggest lesson is?
Biggest lesson. Patience. Patience will tell you everything. Every single thing. You rush something, it's done. You know, like you won't get the outcome. Time tells everything. If you can learn your patience and just follow your plans behind everything, it'll all work out in the end. You're gonna have the hiccups. You're gonna have everything in between. You know, sometimes plans don't go. Patient.
Did you have everything mapped out from X, Y to Z when you were going into the storefront?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole, they call it, you know, like a business
Mm-hmm.
plan, basically.
You know, I didn't have one, you know, like typed out or anything like that, but I had goals that I had written down and what I wanted, how I wanted it, and I did execute them, you know, all in time. And I couldn't make it all happen in one go, but all the goals I'm starting to execute everything slowly.
Did you ever have a goal where you came up short on, but the rest, or maybe like 70% was accomplished and 30% you came up short on? Or anything with like similar to that?
Yeah. I can't really tell you what area right off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, there were some parts that were everything met, and then I was lacking, you know, over here. But that just comes where, I mean, you know it. It's hard being in all the places at once. So like when I was over here needed too much attention, or this one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where I'm still finding that balance, you know, now. Like we talked about earlier was the places that I was lacking on, where I had 70% over here, but 100 over here. I'm trying to find the time balance
Yes.
of things. So it's starting to all work itself out.
Do you have a schedule you stick to, or do you just kind of go with the flow throughout the day?
Both. Like if I schedule cars, this, that, or the other, usually I go in my hour early. I get all, you know, my U-Haul stuff sorted out, so I know who's coming, when they're dropping off, this, that, or the other. My car is dropping off. I'm going to be on that car from here to then. And then the rest of the day, I kind of just play by ear. Because U-Haul, you never know. You can have 10 drop-offs in a day, or you can have nothing. It's just kind of up in the air. So you got to be able to go with it, with the day.
When it comes to doing all these services and being the business owner, do you find yourself doing most of the work, or have you gotten to a point where you can employ someone or employ multiple people to work these services.
I'm starting to get to that point. Right now I'm just like a one-man show, but I would definitely like to hire another person. Have somebody that I can kind of rely on so that I could do a lot more of the computer stuff and kind of the dealer side of things, you know. There were a couple times, been a few times where I've stretched myself pretty far, but other than that, everything's been pretty smooth for the most part, smooth as it could be.
Does it take a mental toll on you?
How so? Like,
When you say you stretch yourself too thin, do you ever get into a mental state of pure exhaustion, and then all these lessons you've learned throughout life, through business, kind of come crashing down, and you're like, you know what? I just need to give this a break, or I'm gonna rage.
not really. I get frustrated every now and then, but I always tell myself in the back of my mind, I asked for this. Like, why are you getting frustrated? It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to be mad and angry and, all the above. But in that moment in particular, it isn't going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could be cleaning the car. I could have somebody calling. I could have somebody walking in the door. I offered that. I put it out there. I asked for that. So you kind of take it with a grain of salt and you learn to deal with it. And there are a couple times where I go in the office, I throw my hat on the desk and do take a minute. But other than that, it doesn't really take that much of like a mental strain.
Are you a man of faith?
Not really. I don't really talk about it with anyone. Like, I got my own beliefs and my own stuff, that I practice. But I'm very private with it. I just don't, drag it into anything I do, more so.
Did you grow up in a specific kind of religion?
Catholic. But, we weren't big churchgoers growing up, and then my grandpa wanted us to go and all that stuff, so we went pretty consistently for a while. And then that's kind of when I found my liking, with it, and just kind of just went off on my own.
Interesting.
And kind of do it.
I find a lot of business owners believe in the typical Christianity, Catholicism, Jesus, God, and they give grace, they pray, and there's always something in common. They couldn't do anything without, him. And I'm not saying this to be like, that's true. It's just interesting to me to hear that, because on my own journey, I grew up Christian. I went to church.
Mm-hmm.
Today, do I implement that within my own life? No, I don't go to church. Do I have strong faith? Yes. Do I believe in God or Jesus? It's kind of a rocky road for me. I think, sure, there can be a higher power. Should I give him grace? Maybe I should. Maybe it could be the reason. Who knows? Maybe this could be the reason why I'm on the path I'm on. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really necessarily go by a certain religion standpoint either, but it's definitely, it's interesting to hear how people have that in common. And I'm not saying like everybody should have that in common, or every entrepreneur should have that in common. There's probably some entrepreneurs out there who don't believe in that specific thing, and they achieve the level of success they have now without it. But so far, I've definitely heard very similar mm, thought processes.
Yeah.
So I like to ask it to kind of see like,
Mm.
do they do they think this is all from the grace of God, or like what is their thought process behind that? You know,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But
when you started to now, I should go back even a little further. What kind of job did you have before you started this whole business?
so I actually worked at CS Win, or Vestas.
Mm-hmm.
Most people know it as that. But I kind of did a few different jobs over there. Um, but I was full time over there ever since 2021. When I got out of high school, I graduated in 2020. I worked for my stepdad's company, and I was a spray tech for bathtubs, countertops, kind of like little remodeling stuff like that. So that's what I did, and then I just wanted to expand a little bit. So I went working out there. I got some certifications under my belt, and that's when I started doing all this.
Personal question, and I'm asking because I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Hmm.
Like CS Win,
Mhm.
stable. I mean, any typical 9 to 5
Yeah.
stable. You talk to a business owner, you don't know where this could go. The instability is uncertain. The
Yeah.
stability is uncertain. Do you find yourself in a stable job, or do you like where is that chapter? Or I guess I shouldn't even put too many words on it. But do you find yourself in a stable job similar to when you were working at CS Wind?
Do I find myself in a stable job? Like, do I have the stability that I had out there?
That's a good way to put it. Yes.
Definitely not as much stability, I would say, because nothing's a guarantee. When you go into business and everything, could shit the bed, or you're gonna have more money than you did when you were over there. So it's kind of depends how you think about it. But the way I look at it is, if you go out on a limb and you follow your dream, you start your business, there's no guarantee of nothing whatsoever. I'm guaranteed what I work for over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's about the same.
Better way to put it. Is this how you make your living? How you support yourself, your fiance,
Yeah.
your drop trucks,
Mm-hmm.
your lifestyle?
I've, and then that's what got me to that point, is that I've been doing it for so long that my name is well established with it.
Mm-hmm.
I have my customer base and this, that, and the other, to where I could support my daily life of everything.
Awesome. That's always
And-
good, man.
Yeah.
It's always a good thing. It's a blessing, to have that foundation already built under you, and for that foundation to still be producing what it's producing for you.
Yeah.
When you go official.
And that's the plan for everything, right? Like, can't just wake up one day and be like, I want to do this, and then you just quit everything and you do it. Nobody knows you exist. Nobody knows you do that. Nothing. So when I worked at CS Win, I was a mobile detailer. So I would establish myself while having that security back there.
Were you doing it out of your own car, or did you have like a van?
I was out of my own car. Looking back on it now, I had everything piled into a Cadillac that I had at the time. But I always told my fiance, I was just like, I want to have a shop. I want a shop. I don't know if I'll ever get one. And then finally just pulled the trigger and did it. Random. Like I said, it was not really planned. I always wanted one. I always knew what I would do with one when I had it. The time, I didn't know that it was going to happen then.
When you were doing mobile detailing, how did you fit the pressure washer and the water?
I went electric with everything. Just I took the handles off, and my trunk was fairly good size for being a sedan. So I was able to fit everything in the back. My pressure washer was only that wide by that tall. Hoses fit in there. Everything worked out the way it needed to. It was rough. Definitely wasn't how I wanted to treat that car, but I mean, it served its purpose and it did what it did.
Sometimes when you're hustling, you got to make do with what you got.
Mm-hmm.
And it builds character.
Yeah, for sure. I have a white square body. Original short bed, it's a 81. When I first, even before I started really detailing, I used to pressure wash machines for companies. Like the radiators, all their dirt work and stuff. Radiators get clogged. I'd go out there and, hose them down, spray them down, clean them so they don't overheat. I would drive around a 40-year-old truck with a water tank and a pressure washer. No, nothing. Just tried.
Any other hustles you did besides those two?
No, other than being dishwasher, spray tech, CS Win. The
Okay.
pressure wash, I mean, it wasn't what I thought it was.
Okay.
There's not a market for it here. I waited out, saw the services, could be provided other than cleaning radiators in a dirt lot. I mean, there really ain't much out here.
Mm-hmm.
Business like that thrives on the East Coast, where you grow mold, algae. You get all that kind of stuff. We don't get that here. We get dust.
Yeah.
Dust, dirty sidewalks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's not something people pay for.
Yeah. That's something I haven't.
Never
thought.
And there's some companies that will do it, and I'm not saying it's a pointless market. It's definitely not. It wasn't what I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
when I tried it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the itch for it. I was like, yeah, I tried it, and yeah, we're done.
That's an important factor when it comes to work.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is not something I really, really want to put too much money or effort into, because I don't want it. I don't like that portion of pressure washing and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You got to do something, choose something that you enjoy doing.
Yeah. And I didn't see myself doing that long term. Like, it was a good idea. It was a low cost startup business and all that. And then once I got to thinking about it, I was just like, I don't really want that.
It's good you found out early on.
Yeah.
Right? You don't know what could have happened if you pursued it. And maybe that's something that kind of was thrown at your way for a reason. Do you believe in that kind of thought process? Everything happens for a reason?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Or everything's put in your face at a specific point in your time for a reason?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not super big on that stuff, but I'm just like, oh yeah, that happened for that reason.
Yeah.
Certain thing,
Mm-hmm. It's like you don't know what you're meant to be, where you're supposed to be, but certain things come into your life, maybe even at certain points, that build you into the person you're trying to become, or do stuff you're trying to become, or the connections you're trying to make.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, humbling even.
Oh yeah.
Certain moments in life, within even my own experiences, were man, it humbled me. And I'm just like, wow, I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
Maybe I was sad, or it brought me down at that point. Can't cry over spilled milk, but at the same time, you know, what's the bigger purpose? I can't wait for the bigger purpose. That happened for this reason. Let's see the outcome. Let's see what happens in the next 5-10 years. It'll work out. I always have that crazy faith. And I think you got to keep that crazy faith if you're pursuing your dream. If you're pursuing, because I say dream just because it's so universally used. But if we're going to switch the terminology from dream, just because, you know, there's this song lyric that I heard and it resonated. You know, dreams are for when you sleep, you're pursuing a vision. Same reference, I just kind of paraphrased. So if we're going to switch it, your vision, what you love, what you're passionate about, whole 9 yards. But I mean, moral of the story is your dream. You know, you gotta just believe in yourself to with this just crazy obsession. And whatever's thrown at you, you'll make it through it. It'll work out. Sure, you may not have a plan. Through time, patience, ambition, work is big. You'll have a plan. It'll come. Maybe not right now. Maybe you're just taking the baby steps. You're taking that leap. And you're just like, you know, I got to do it. I got to do it. I can't keep saying I'm not going to do it. Can't keep waiting. You just do it. You'll figure out the plan later. But just believe in yourself. Commit. Take the risk. It's okay to listen, to hear the doubt. And every now and then it's okay to listen to them. But have crazy faith. And I go on a rant about that all the time. All the time. I tell people that all the time. That's just like how I view it. Don't get me wrong, you know. I genuinely believe it just because of past experiences. You know, everything that happened in the past that brought me to who I am, where I am today, has made me the person I am and made me think the way I do today. And I genuinely believe it, but I wouldn't be at this point in my life if it wasn't for everything that happened. So long story short, you just have to have faith in what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough world out there. It's a tough life. Are you gonna be sad? Are you gonna just let the world beat you down? Or are you gonna like be like Rocky, you know, where they're just, it's the calm before the storm? That's not even a good way to say it, but you know how in Rocky he's like living in an apartment, he's going through a struggle, he's like just fighting just because he wants to become champion, and then boom, he's champion. But that wouldn't have happened if he did not go through that struggle. You know, that self-doubt that was put into the back of his head. All those long nights, early mornings, all the work he put in just to become champion. And I feel like that's where I'm at in life.
Yeah. Right in the middle of it.
Yeah. So I just can't wait for that climax. But I love the grind. I love the struggle. Because I know it's going to get me where I want to be.
Yeah. That's definitely where the character is built, is in the struggle.
For sure.
And it cannot be more true. Because, you know, while you're going through the struggle, you're going to have mixed emotions, this, that, and the other. And depending on how you act is, you know, going to prove what kind of person you are. You know? Does that make sense? Like, you know, you go through something. I've gone through it, and I've been lucky to have almost, you know, I'd say a mentor. Yeah, and I won't say who he is, but he gives me a lot of insight on how to deal with certain situations. You know, a lot of the obstacles that I've overcome pretty recently, and He tells me, he just goes, it's all about how you react. Because I told him, I was like, theoretically, why is all this happening? Why I did this right, this, that, and the other. And, I'd tell him, I want to flip my shit. I want to. But you can't. I mean, yeah, you can, theory, you can. But you can't. Why would you do that?
I agree with that, man. I do.
But that's where I say patience and time are the biggest killers.
It's a real test.
Because once you start learning patience, with stuff that you can't change, this, that, and the other, then it really teaches you how to deal with things, how to react. And I can change it overnight. Like when I rebranded, I can change that overnight. It's a time game. Anything else?
It's what's really going to set you apart and help you grow in life.
And that's what I tell everybody. I won't shut up about, time or patience. To me, that's a big thing. It's a very big thing.
It's important.
Yeah.
100%.
People don't understand, how important it really is. They don't. They want everything to snap of a finger. They won't do it.
What do you think the pursuit of happiness is?
I'm not too sure how to answer, I guess. I guess I've never been asked that question.
What makes you happy?
Honestly, not even sounding cliche, just live the life I live. I live free. No trouble, no nothing. That's how I want to continue living. I'm rich in life without the money. I have money. Money ain't the problem. That's not even no brag, no nothing. Went through a time in my life, when I met my fiance now, where I wouldn't say I didn't have nothing, but like I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have, I was at CS Win. I didn't see myself wanting to retire there, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no goal, no nothing. And I found somebody, that loved me for who I was, not what I had. It was never about the money. It was never about the things. I could lose everything tomorrow and, she'll still be there.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's just one of those things where I have everything I need now, with or without the money. So I try to live a pretty, simple life. As much as I could be.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's, man, I try to implement similar routines within my own life. I am a visionary. I am a dreamer. And it sounds selfish, but man, I want the millions of dollars. I want that financial security.
Oh, yeah.
I want this to blow up. I want this to be making me money. Will it get there? Through time, patience, constant work. All the greats in social media. The big ones I look at and I think about are the Nelk Boys. I'm like, man, those guys are living the dream. But I remember where they started. That McDonald's video. Shitty quality. All these videos that are just recorded on the phone. The prank calls. And now they're doing professionally edited, shot films, videos, whatever you want to call them. And, just the growth and where they're at. But I always, that's probably a big motivator, I would say. They're a big, for sure, inspiration. Just because if they can do it,
yeah, I
can do it. We can do it. If they did this through social media, I sure as heck can. So I definitely, I don't mean to sound selfish, and I feel like you gotta be.
Oh, 100%.
To an extent. And it's not like I'm doing it for okay, certain aspects I'm not doing it for my own selfish reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I want to get like-minded people, and if I can talk to a business owner, an entrepreneur, and pick their brain, get put on with some game, have people get put on with some game. Yeah, it's selfish of me to be like, hey, let me use you for my own content, but I'm also like, I want to hear people's stories. I want to hear their thought process, and you just make connections. So, I mean, talking about it, it sounds selfish, but I hope people understand that it's like, it's a bigger picture, bigger purpose, you know? I like meeting like-minded people, connecting with people who think alike. And I think one of the best ways to do it is through entrepreneurs, through business owners, through people who, you know, are living, breathing truth of it. So that's kind of a little bit of my thought process on it. A little bit, you know, of my visionary reasons behind it, you know?
Yeah.
I like to go on these rants. I love them because I can just talk on and on forever about it. But yeah, I like to give people a little insight about how I think as well when we're kind of on the podcast, because, you know, I always ask them questions. I'm always like, I guess, interviewing them. But it's important to connect, relate, and see what you agree with, what you don't agree with. For the most part, how you think alike, I agree with. But it's okay to have disagreements too.
Yeah.
It's where some good conversation, and life would be boring if you just agreed with everybody all the time. So just a little bit, you know, about my thought process, you know.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say to you watching?
That I would say to them.
To them, he, they, them, whoever.
Drew a blank.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It happens.
Put me right on the spot.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I thought I would.
Just have some.
I thought I would fully loosen up at this point, but
I know, I can tell you're still a little nervous.
I'm still a little.
Yeah, it takes time. Maybe you should just like get in front of the camera a little more. And I would encourage and recommend marketing that way on camera. However you see fit.
Dude, I've tried. Like I went to Best Buy and I bought one of those little tripods. You put your phone on. It's got the ring, like the TikTok light almost.
Yeah.
I had so many edits in my phone of me like making these videos, this, that, and the other, and I could never bring myself to do it because I knew how awkward I was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like I've tried it, but I couldn't let myself post it because
maybe you should get over that fear and just send it.
Yeah, this right here, I don't know how I'll look, once, I don't know if
well, that's how we look right there.
I don't know if you edit it or how you do it.
Uh-huh.
But this is part of that, like, trying it.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, last week, she was like, oh, you got your podcast on Tuesday, don't forget.
Uh-huh.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
I'm here, and I'm just like...
So, did you get nervous?
I did.
You did?
Oh, dude, once I, like, walked through the door when I got here is when it, like, really hit.
Hold on. You told me you had something planned. What happened? Did you just you have to make up an excuse? And then just kind of like, all right, I'm too nervous. What can I tell him?
Then I really did have something that came up. But no, I'm talking about today, like now. I was like, yeah, like I'm prepared. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I walked through the door and I was like,
I don't know about this. I don't know. Just call her up and be like, hey, babe, I don't know about this. Like, any words of advice?
Yeah, that's why I kept asking, like, when you messaged me and stuff, I was like, well, what did we talk about? I was like trying to like pre-plan, some of the stuff that we would talk about and at least have like some form of little script to follow by. Right out the window.
And I always get stumbled by that question too, because there's been episodes where it's just like straight debauchery, where I'm just like spewing out some bullshit. This is mostly when I have my friends or people who like to shoot the shit together on,
Yeah.
and we just like talk about some tomfoolery, and it's fun. So
See, I definitely want to try one of those. I think then.
you get loosened up, you get way more. It's a lot more of a comfort setting. Whereas like this, I can understand like how someone could be nervous on a one-on-one.
Well, one, I've never done an interview. This is my first interview.
Oh,
And then,
congrats! Thank
like,
you.
like
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby, I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep them down, man.
Yeah, keep them down.
Yeah, it's just not used to it.
Slight hand gestures.
Yeah.
Whatever gets the cylinders firing. Group podcasts are fun. I'll invite you onto one of those. But I should, because this is something like I was talking about earlier. This guy told me he's my mentor, and he was trying to spit game to me, and he's like, some businesses may not fuck with you because of what you're posting on social media, because like we get into some shenanigans. This is professional. I like to keep it professional, but if the vibe is right, I'll shoot the shit for sure.
Yeah.
But as far as like a business owner and entrepreneur, I definitely want to keep it neutral. So when it comes to like having friends on and just the gang and we're shooting the shit, I also have another side of me that's just like, dude, I like to have fun.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to. You can't
You
be
do.
business all the time.
No, you can't take life too serious.
No.
I always say like, man, I could be a comedian because I like to joke around and have fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun when you just don't take life too serious and you just joke around and shoot the shit with your friends.
Sometimes I always thought, I was like, yeah, I could be a comedian. I crack a lot of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've ever worked around me, especially like when I worked at CS Win, a bunch of welders in one building, like we talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And like, I thought I was funny, but of course that's me. It's like, I can be a comedian. I could do this. I could be right here where I'm at now. I'm pretty outgoing.
Yeah. I
This
guess
whole interview, I think, just humbled me on that
I'm with you.
because I'm off camera. I could be very, very social. I used to work at Savage Power Sports,
Okay.
power sports shop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'd go do events up at PPIR, Parade of Lights and stuff. You have to talk to people, and I was at the counter, so I had to talk to people face to face all the time. Up there, oh dude, I was a social butterfly. Not on camera.
It's different when
It
the
is.
camera's rolling. It really is. At first, when I first started doing social media, antisocial. Now that I've done like quite a bit, I've got some experience. I'm pretty comfortable. There's some shit I say where I'm like, man, this is gonna be on camera. People are gonna watch this and listen to it.
And that's why I sound like I'm stuttering a lot too, because I don't want to say something
Mm-hmm.
and then sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but also I make myself stutter. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
I do it quite a bit, where I'm just like, I'm trying to think of something to say or crack a joke, and I'm just like, but then it ends up flowing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? I don't give a shit. I like to have fun. This is for fun, to meet new people, share stories. So it's not to be taken seriously,
Yeah.
A lot of people might take it serious. A lot of people might watch the stuff I post and be like, damn, Xander, come on now.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, chill.
Yeah. I mean, I like seeing the real side of people coming out. Everybody can, anybody, everybody that goes to work puts on their office face or their work face, It's boring. Loosen up.
It is boring.
Like, loosen up a little.
Maybe that's what you should do. Just don't think too hard about the edits, about the posting. Do you have an iPhone?
I do.
Perfect. That's like the most underrated tool, or overrated, because everybody's using their iPhones nowadays to shoot content,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. I have a Moto an LG, an Android, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the quality is not as good as an iPhone. Like, iPhone photo and video quality is just as good, if not maybe slightly compatible with, like, actual cameras. And I'm like, I just want to give an uppercut to some people sometimes. Because I got to go, I've never had an iPhone. So I got to go and buy a camera. I do love photography and videography.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, you guys have it easy. Like, you got an iPhone, you got the quality right there at your fingertips.
Go make the jump.
Yeah.
Get an iPhone.
I know. I've been thinking about that for a long time. It's super expensive.
It is.
I'm not
They're too expensive.
in any place right now to be making crazy financial, just because they can be like $1,000. And then same for like a Mac. Like, I'd love to switch to a Mac now. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I should get a Mac.
I have a Mac and I'm not that fond of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
They get very, very slow.
I've heard different.
Very slow.
And I've heard for like editing purposes, they're great.
Huh. Man, I don't know that side of it, but like I just use mine for like normal computer crap, emails and Google. Literally, like, I'm not very technical. I'm not a tech whiz at all.
Okay.
But and maybe my computer's just a dinosaur, but it's slow, dude.
Okay.
My iPad, fine. My Apple Watch, this Apple Watch is 7-8 years old. Works like a dream though.
Man, yeah, maybe I gotta
Maybe
make
it's
the
the
switch
computer.
sometime. Yeah, maybe fuck that computer. Little
Dude.
dinosaur.
Yeah. But I got
It'd
my
be like
I got
that.
my phone, so I don't even really have to use it.
Yeah, I mean,
like
yeah. Yeah.
I just left it at the shop and I did my everything off my phone.
Damn. That's what's up. I definitely recommend that though. For sure. Just
I don't like how reliant I am on it though. If I could go without a phone, I would.
for real?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because everybody on their phones 24/7.
They are. It's changed the culture.
You know,
Of
I've always
society.
said that I grew up in the wrong time.
I think about that too. I
Like
would
when
have
there's-
loved to grown up in the 80s, 70s, just rocking and rolling, no phone, straight huzz all the time.
Mhm.
And now that we have a phone, everything is just too brainwashed
Mhm.
for people. How we think, how we feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so-
I do, man. Like I don't like them at all. I'm gonna say that like I don't like them, but everybody's so reliant on them. You can't go nowhere, and everybody's like not glued to it, or this, that, or the other. And me, I could do without it.
I be chilling with my boys sometimes.
Write me a letter, dude.
For real.
You hit
Like-
me up 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like, dude.
because I don't talk to nobody. My sister lives like a mile away from me, if that.
That's what's
I
up.
live with my fiance.
Yeah.
She knows what I do every day. I
Yeah.
don't need to talk to nobody.
That's all you need if
Keep
you're
it simple.
if you're living that kind of, if that's what your circle is right there. I can see why you wouldn't need anything else.
But at the same time, I make it like that, so I'm not relying on it.
Mhm.
It is, dude. It's a pain in the ass.
It's a challenge.
And then I have my watch. I wear it because I have it. I don't even use this thing for half of what it does.
Man, technology has just gotten to a point in today's day and age where you said it. It's over reliant. I am victim of it. I won't lie.
But
Yeah, you know.
but I mean, like,
I know.
this is what you do.
I kind of need my phone. I kind of need my computer. I need these apps. I gotta edit them. So to a point, it's acceptable. But I do find myself doom scrolling. I
Oh,
do
yeah.
find myself doing all this stuff on my phone. But if
know,
I could,
TikTok made me an Ella fella, dude.
Mhm.
Doom scrolling. You know how many,
Doom
you know how many
scrolling.
Ella Langley stuff I came across? Just because of doom scrolling.
she's a
Or
good
like-
singer though.
Dude,
You don't like her? You
no,
don't fuck
no,
with
no,
her?
no, I agree. Because every time, my sister actually just got a video of me the other day. Singing to Choosing Texas.
Can you sing it?
I won't.
No?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
I would, but
We're on camera, guys.
Yeah.
Save you don't get that sneak peek. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
fuck with that. I
Yeah.
fuck with that.
I'll get down.
Yeah. You ever get down to like karaoke?
No. That was one thing I never got into. I couldn't do
You
it.
think it's like, are you too shy for it?
I wouldn't say I'm too shy. I can't sing, dude.
I can't either.
Like, I'll sing in the shower, like, when I know I'm home by myself. And I think I sound good. And
what if your wife's there? You ever do it with your wife around and you're in the shower just singing?
no, but on road trips I will.
Okay.
Yeah. But
How-
she won't tell me that, I
Mm.
sound like crap. I know I sound like crap.
Yeah, I think that yeah, your wife probably shouldn't be telling you, or maybe she
Oh,
should.
no.
Maybe I don't.
I would want her to be brutally honest.
You
I'm
sound like
a
shit.
brutally honest person. Like if somebody comes out and they're like, not her, but like, does this shirt make me look dumb? Sure. Like I'll tell you. Don't ask me if you tell me, give you honest truth. Like if I told her honestly, please tell me, do I sing like crap? I want you to tell me honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I give that in return.
I know I sing badly, but I love karaoke.
Really?
I do. And honestly, the crowd vibes with it.
They do.
Like every song I've sang so far, they have been like singing along, vibing to it. And I've only done like Keith Sweat, Nobody, Under Pressure
Okay.
by Queen. It's pretty. Everybody knows these songs, but it's songs like I love, I enjoy, I can vibe with, I can have
Yeah.
fun with. And now it's just gotten to a point where it's like, you know what? I'll karaoke to anything.
Makes sense. Honestly, I can't knock karaoke out of it because I've never done it. Like, I just know I wouldn't do it, like in a crowd of people, But I've never tried it. I'm just saying,
Gotta do it. It's like social media.
I'm just saying, some Jews in Texas comes on, there's nobody saying I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Google's always watching. That camera on your desktop. We're being watched while people are watching. But I can see where you're coming from. I'm just like, you know what? I think it's fun. I like to live a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own different way of living a little bit.
Yeah.
I was so scared doing karaoke my first time, but then just doing it and then seeing the crowd's reaction and just knowing like who gives a fuck
Yeah.
about what people think, how they're gonna react. Go up there and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is a good way of looking at it.
There's so many people who sound like shit, but I laugh and smile. And I'm like, dude, this guy is fucking awesome for doing that. He may sound like shit, but I know me and my boys are laughing, right? Or me and my friends, whoever,
Yeah.
are laughing.
Honestly, get me in the right group. I think I could.
Even
Definitely.
like, I've been in the right crowd, and I've been with my friends who don't like karaoke, and I'm like, dude, let's go do karaoke. They're like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, fuck you, then I'll go do it.
Yeah.
And I go do it, and they're just like laughing at me. And then the next guy goes up, sounds worse than I did, fucking singing some Megadeth or like some hardcore 80s rock band. And we're just like, what in the fuck? He's like 80 years old singing this, and we're like,
Yeah.
dude, hell yeah. Cheers to that. I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
That's how I think of it too,
Yeah.
Just have fun, live a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah. Every now and then my hips will speak.
Yeah.
You hear the right music come on.
Yeah.
Some of the Spanish music, I'll get a little.
A little suavemente.
Yeah. I might glide a little.
Exactly.
Not very often. So I'm feeling it though.
Mm-hmm. A little sway of the hips,
Yeah.
a little swinging, a little Texas two slide, side step.
But that is another thing about me too, is I don't know how to dance.
I don't either.
Oh, dude, I look like a duck trying to learn to walk. if a duck had to learn to walk, that's exactly how I look.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Or a baby learning how to walk.
Oh man.
It's like, what are you doing out there? It's like, I'm fucking doing the cha-cha. What are you doing, Samantha? Fucking stop judging me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just like, chill. Come dance with me. All right? We'll look like idiots together.
Yeah. You see, like, that's so weird because my wife, she's completely opposite.
She knows how to dance?
She knows how to line dance, and, like, she gets down, dude.
Like, swing them, like, everything? Damn. Fuck yeah.
And then there's me over here.
I know.
I could do, like, you know, like your iconic, like, just
basic.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I can maybe throw a twirl in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's about all you're getting.
I know.
So
it's one of the perks of having a girlfriend who can do that.
Yeah, I really got to learn because our wedding's coming up.
And it's not even weird either, you know, because if you don't have a girlfriend and you don't know how to dance, guys are going to be open to doing it if they know how to dance. Girls too. I won't say girls won't, but you got to like go and seize that opportunity. But if you're looking to learn before you go and dance, I wouldn't say most of the time, but I've had friends be like, hey, I'll teach you. And they're like, my guy friends. I'm like, all right, nothing weird about this.
Mm-hmm. See, but like that's the thing too, is like even if I wanted to go learn and do all that, other than her, she'll teach me at the drop of, like, she wants me to learn.
There you go.
And I just don't dance. Like, I've never been into it. But like even if I went to somebody else besides her, I don't know anybody. Nobody else around me dances.
Yeah. We all kind of dance like fucking dumbasses.
Yeah.
But fuck it.
Yeah.
Just vibing. Some sexy red comes on. You're like,
you know, I'm gonna be like Latrell on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Like that's the shit I'll pull.
Yeah.
Not knowing what I'm doing, but doing something.
I'll throw in the old fisherman and then just reel it in.
Yeah.
I'd be acting goofy on the dance floor. I'm a menace for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Yeah, I'd be doing karaoke. I don't care who's watching. I'll go dance. I'll be at the mansion, see the dance floor open. I'm like, you know what? Give me 5 minutes down there.
Give me 5 minutes.
Let's see what happens. Usually, people vibe with it, but if nobody's coming, try to stick in it a little longer.
Yeah.
See what happens. But yeah, man, you know, it's all about having fun and not taking life too serious.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what it's all about, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you do for fun?
I mean, I consider editing fun when I'm not editing. Man, I like to get outside. I like to go to different events, try new things, mostly like concerts and festivals, that kind of stuff, because it gives me something to do. So if I see like a show like up in Springs, since it's closest, that's going on, and I'm like, you know what? I think that would be a fun time. Check out their music a little bit. I'm vibing to 1 or 2 songs. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to this. So like concerts, festivals, it can be any kind of festival. You know, I like films.
Yeah.
I got into films like a few years ago, and there's a film festival that happened, and I've been to a few film festivals, and I'm like, dang, this is actually pretty cool what they're showing. Was just getting out and doing new stuff like that. Karaoke, I love doing karaoke. I like playing pool too. I'm a big pool guy. I like playing pool.
Nice.
For fun, you know, it's different. You can consider the gym fun. There's no, I mean, it's fun, but there's no fun fucking going to the gym.
No.
It's fun because you got to keep healthy and active, and you can make it fun, but there's nothing fun in that.
No.
But
it hurts. Everything there is very heavy.
exactly.
You know?
And then you feel your muscles burning and shit like that. Even like martial arts. Like I like martial arts, MMA, jiu-jitsu, striking, boxing. I've done jiu-jitsu. You know, it's fun. I consider that fun just because I'm getting outside of my comfort zone. I'm learning something new, and I'm getting humbled. And I think that's what's fun about it, is I'm just getting humbled. And it seems like people are just characters. Like they have a personality to them when they train martial arts. It's so fun. And that's not like everyone, but for the most part, from the people I've met,
Mm-hmm.
they're fun to hang out with. They're characters. So yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just that's a few things I like to do for fun.
Nice.
You got any like fun stuff you do?
Eh? Yeah. I'm pretty outdoorsy. Like, we fish, we hunt. I just recently kind of started racing motocross again. Or, like the enduros. So, like, I go ride. That's what we do. We got razors and dirt bikes and all that stuff. And
Fuck yeah.
bite off more than I can chew. That's kind of what I call fun, trail
Mhm.
riding, all that stuff on a dirt bike. But other than that, I just work on my trucks, and there's a whole different level of frustration there.
Oh, I can imagine.
Dude, it's wild that I find that fun. My dad's always asked me, he goes, why do you do that? There's something about busting knuckles and, damn it, 10 times that I like, apparently.
Yeah.
Like today, actually just before I got here, I was putting a nitrous kit in.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
In your truck?
in my square body.
Goddamn.
I was running lines, mounting the bottles.
Trying to make that shit fucking zoom?
Dude, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I won't do it.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be the fastest. I'm just trying to, get a little rowdy every now and then.
Okay.
Smoke a couple tires and go home.
Yeah.
That's what me and my buddies will do. I have a few buddies that do custom builds on their trucks, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm now dipping my toe into like the show world. Like this Saturday, I got my trucks, my new black truck and my white square body going in for a photo shoot. Doing like that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of switching up my hobbies a little bit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that coming from you. I figured like you look like a golfer right now.
All golf, I ain't worth a damn. Not even a little bit, dude.
Is it fun? You
It's
think?
fun. You never been?
Nah,
Never been. We should go.
we should.
You have a blast.
I feel like I would.
It's hard, dude. It's hard. You look at people and you're like,
That looks easy.
really? You couldn't hit it straight?
Right? So much.
Oh, I'm
technique.
shanking it. For sure, dude.
There's a lot.
I
of
broke
technique.
clubs.
Oh, for real?
Oh, dude.
Those look like they're fucking titanium.
Oh, dude, it's an act of Congress to break one, but you can break one.
You just got so mad at one.
No. I genuinely went to go swing. My shoulder must have dipped or something, and I hit the ground behind. I hit the ground before I hit the ball. Broke it. The club head went further than the ball did. And I was like, that's sick, man,
How many drinks were you in when you did
None. I don't drink.
Ah, you don't?
I don't.
I don't either. I feel
I
like
actually come up on 2 years of sobriety here,
Oh,
here
for
in
real?
May. Yeah.
Damn, congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm coming up on like 3 years.
Nice.
Not 3 months. 3 years is crazy months, but yeah. What drove you to getting sober?
I won't get into it too much, but I just have my issues with it. Caught myself going down a hole. Got in the hole. And I was just tired of living the clockwork life of, being an alcoholic. And then one day I just woke up and that's all she wrote.
It's relatable.
But ever since then, that's what gave me, that's kind of what helped, even in the business, put me to where I'm at today. Because I never would have gotten a shop or took a chance like that if I won right up here. Piss it down the drain.
To be honest with you, people don't realize the effect of alcohol has on someone. Don't get me wrong, when everything's all said and done, because I went down, I wouldn't say went down, I made some stupid choices with alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me reflect and really think about my relationship with alcohol. So I just decided to take a sobriety break. When everything's all said and done, for sure would love to have a drink with the boys, but after everything I've learned up to this point about it, there's a time and place. Be smart, be mature.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drive. That's a big one. Don't look for trouble. Don't look for problems. I can understand when it gets to like a blackout point, but I've never been to that point where I'm like, man, I just want to fight someone. Like, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I get like 8 drinks in and I'm like, dude, all right, this is it. You know, I'm gonna go fucking dance my ass off right there. And then later on, 3 hours later, I'm gonna go throw up. That toilet's gonna be my best friend.
Yeah.
But even then, like those moments, you wake up the next morning, even in the moment, you're just like,
Dude, it's
praying to
not
God.
worth it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I did it back then. Like,
So,
I mean, but, you know, it did help shape me, you know, to where I'm at now. And, yeah, nobody ever wants to go through that, you know.
Mhm.
You know, it's not anybody's goal ever.
yeah.
But I'm glad I did at such a young age. I was sober by the time I was, what am I, 24? 23? 23? Just turned 23. I'll be 25 pretty
Okay.
soon. So, yeah,
Or 24.
25.
24. So
Yeah.
you're 24
I'm 24 now, but
Okay.
I was like 22.
when you got sober.
Yeah.
I'm glad I made the mistakes young, too.
But at the same time, you know, I'm definitely, you know, I have some mixed emotions about it still. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is. It had to happen,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
It definitely happened for a reason,
Yeah.
you know.
You know,
And that's where I say, where you said earlier, you know, do you think things happen for a reason? 100%.
yeah, life takes you down some conflicting road bumps.
Yeah. And, you know, that's some of the stuff that, you know, I want to do in the future is become, you know, like an alcohol sponsor. Go get certifications and, like, help other people, you know, get through it. And all that stuff because, you know, people need help. And I think that's a lot of the reason people don't do it.
100%.
Dude, they never have a person to lean on. Ever. Well, I wouldn't say, like, ever. But, like, nobody will give people the time of day. Oh, yeah, call me if you need anything. Call me. Unless you went through it yourself.
They don't know.
No, they
They
don't.
don't know the struggle.
So, like, those are some of the, you know, like, personal goals that I have. You know, outside of, you know, the business, the hobbies, this, that, or the other. That's kind of what I want to start focusing on. I've changed a lot in that aspect. And I never saw myself, like, wanting to... I'd always help people, but, like, wanting to help like that. Involve myself in something so deep for other people.
You ever feel proud of yourself for making those kind of choices, becoming, like, who you are today?
Yeah. Well, a little bit.
Do you think it's, like, hard to
It's
be proud
definitely-
of yourself?
It's definitely a hard pill to swallow. But at the same time, I mean... I can't beat myself up over it, you know? But at the same time, it's tough.
Yeah, man.
But it definitely shaped me into what I am now. And I don't regret any bit of that. Of who I am now.
It's good to keep your head on that swivel. Keep your head
Because
held
I
high.
definitely used... now I know how to use stuff. Like, actually apply stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Everybody, you know, back then, yeah, you could get angry, this, that, and the other. Well, I have a clear head 24/7. Apply that shit.
Yeah. It's good, man.
So,
It's good.
yeah, a lot of learning. I'm not done, you know, I'm not done learning. Still bonehead up here, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. Life's a dance.
It is. Life's a dance. Or life's a garden,
Who sings
too.
that? Who sings that? George Strait?
Life's a dance.
You learn as you go.
Travis.
Is it?
I know.
Such a damn good song, dude.
Yeah, that is a good ass song.
It
I
is.
fucking love that song. And then, like that Joe Dirt reference, too. Life's a garden. Just gotta dig it. Gotta
Yeah.
keep on keeping on.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that phrase always in the back of my head. It's so relatable, and I love it. I love it. What do you got to say to the people before we get out of here?
Thank you guys for watching. You know, hearing my story, hearing me out, and pretty much
Thank you for coming on, bro.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I appreciate you expressing a little bit inside your thought process and just kind of relaxing towards the end and shooting the shit a little bit and getting outside of your comfort zone, man. I like connecting with new people, so it was definitely a good time.
Yeah, you know, definitely doing this right here. You know, everybody expects business people to be able to do proper interviews and have this and everything set up. I think I am a very prime example of a normal guy that owns a business.
It's a good way to put it. I do,
because, like, you know, I'm not putting myself down by any means. Like, yeah, I'll get better, you know, at the interviewing process and everything, you know, going forward. But, like, as of right now, like, I'm just learning. Like, this is my first interview, you know. I got to learn it. Yeah. So I'm sorry for being awkward, but this is a bridge I haven't crossed yet.
Chat forgives you. The people from the Philippines forgive you.
Oh, thanks.
Whoever's from Pueblo forgives you. Hopefully everybody tune the fuck in. I love you. I love Pueblo. I go hard for Pueblo. I want more supporters from Pueblo. It'll get there. They'll tune in. They'll be a part of the train. It's just a matter of grinding, working, making connections, putting yourself out there, trying new things, man.
Oh, yeah.
People see you for who you are, but also get a glimpse of who you are inside and how far you come. They can relate to that. They're like, I want to watch it. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's all a part of life, man. Just
keep
growing.
Keep it on.
Yeah, exactly. Where can they follow you?
TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
What app?
Oh, at Get Drop Detailing.
Boom. You can find Lou at Get Dropped Detailing in Pueblo West, Colorado. I can be more enthusiastic. Don't you worry. I don't know how high I want to raise my voice right now. And we're just going to keep it at that. You'll see different me's in different episodes. This me is all rated about, you're seeing me at a 4 right now. And I can bring it up to a 10. But I went up to maybe a 5.2. But we're going to keep it below a 5 right now. But that energy is there. But you know where to follow me. And you know what? I'll bring that energy up to a 6.4. I'll be generous. You know where to find me, baby. The All In Show. All platforms. Check out Get Drop Detailing. Subscribe, like, comment, engage. I love you guys. Peace out.